Welcome back everyone. Let's go ahead and hit on a couple of reasons as to why the iPhone XS may actually be a better iPhone and just a better phone overall than the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, obviously, if you have all the money in the world, please pick up the iPhone 12 Pro. It is the better phone in pretty much every single dimension that you look at it, and it's probably the best phone right now, at least one of the best iPhones right now. So that's probably the best way to go about doing it. But in all honesty, there are a lot of capability with the iPhone XS and a lot of, situations where that phone is a better phone than the iPhone 12 Pro. And like I said, the iPhone XS isn't as good of a phone as the 12 Pro as a whole, but it's still super capable in a lot of ways. And the very first reason why I actually kind of prefer the iPhone XS over the 12 Pro may actually come in the repairability and the self-repairability option. We just found out not too long ago that the iPhone 12 Pro is even more locked down than its previous generation, the iPhone 11 series. And what's crazy is that in my opinion, the iPhone 11 series was actually pretty locked down too. If you were to, change out certain parts, for example, if you replace the screen yourself or the camera or whatever, specifically the screen in this situation, basically the Face ID just wouldn't function properly and you would never be able to get it working ever again. Now, for a lot of people out there, maybe it's not that big of a deal, but if you crack your iPhone 12 Pro panel, you can't just take it to your local phone store to have them fix it. You will actually have to go and, go to the Apple store, set an appointment up and go through all of that process in order to actually get it fixed by an Apple authority. And what's even crazier is that it's not like it's just a little bit more expensive. Apple charges a crazy amount of money to repair your phone for you. And that's one of the reasons why, a lot of people pick up Apple Care, and I would probably recommend people to do it too. But it's just so sad that Apple is locking down their parts like this. First of all, they gave us less, accessories in the box, but also the repairability option is just not there. So it's like we only have one option with the 12 Pro is to take it to the Apple store. But with the iPhone XS, that's not the case. You can actually repair a lot of the broken materials on your phone, including the cameras, some parts of the internals, as well as the panel and the screen itself. And that's a huge asset. Even though Face ID may not work anymore, you can still have a functioning phone. And one of my iPhone XSs actually has a repaired panel from a third-party store. I didn't get it repaired at the Apple store, and it cost me, I think, $100 and something to fix, rather than I think the over $300 that Apple would have charged me. So that is a humongous reason why I think the iPhone XS is a better deal than the 12 Pro. The repairability of it by yourself is so much easier, it's so much cheaper, and it's way more, available to a lot more people than, fixing an iPhone 12 Pro, which you have to go to the Apple store for. Now, the second thing, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, I kind of already hit on it, the price tag of the iPhone XS is much, much lower than the 12 Pro. I've seen a lot of iPhone XSs for around that $400 price tag. The iPhone 12 Pro is over $1,000, and I've done my own comparisons on these phones, camera comparisons, speed comparisons, all that good stuff, and I pretty much found out that yes, the 12 Pro is a little bit better in pretty much every single one of those dimensions, but the iPhone XS isn't half of the phone of the 12 Pro. It's not, half as good. It's not half as, speed. It's not half as good of a camera. It's not like that. It's like just a little bit less of quality. And I think because of that, it just makes the iPhone XS a better value per dollar. Even though the 12 Pro is a better phone, the iPhone XS has already seen its depreciation twice because the 11 Pro came out, it got hit in value, then eventually stayed out a little bit longer. Then the 12 Pro came out, it got hit in value again, and that's a huge asset. You can pick up a really good flagship phone of 2018 that's 2 years old, that's still going to be lasting for a long time in software and everything for about $400, and eBay probably has them for even cheaper than that if you're lucky, and that is a huge asset for the iPhone XS. And even when you hold them side by side, you don't really think one is way more premium than the other one. The iPhone XS is a little bit smaller, which I kind of do prefer, and because of the curved sides, I feel like a lot more people may actually be able to hold this in the hand and feel a little bit more comfortable rather than the flat sides on the iPhone 12 Pro, which I was excited for, but now it's kind of seeming like it's a little bit of a different experience, not quite the experience I was expecting, to be honest. And with the curved sides on the iPhone XS, it kind of gives it a little bit better of a viewpoint, in my opinion. I think that's the best way to put it. But even beyond that and beyond the hardware, internally, the performance, the smoothness, the everything, it's still there with the iPhone XS. And as long as you're not comparing them side by side, as I've stated before, you're not going to really notice too many differences. I started noticing a lot more differences around that iPhone 8. Basically, all the home button iPhones don't necessarily feel as smooth as something like the 12 Pro Pro, even including the SE2 that has a newest chipset. Any iPhone that has the gesture-based design automatically feels so much smoother in my opinion, and that's a pretty big asset too. And they have IP certification on both wireless charging, and the durability obviously may be better on the 12 Pro, but the XS is just right behind it too, and it's not like a night and day difference. If the iPhone 12 Pro was a 10 out of 10, I think the iPhone XS is like a 8 out of 10, but because of that price tag, it makes it probably a better value per dollar than the 12 Pro in my opinion. So like I said, the 12 Pro is the better phone, but the iPhone XS in a couple key areas actually is a better phone in my opinion than the 12 Pro. So that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.